Hi, I'm Tony Bowen, and welcome to my Corn Country Rails. Well, this is a Grinnell, Iowa Depot update, but it's not really an update. I was hoping to get a May update out, and I have to say, my end of the school year for May just seemed like it had so many things coming that I spent very little time in the layout room in the month of May, which meant very little time working on getting any kind of progress done on my depot or any projects. But now summer is here, and my hope is that I can get back to work on the depot. So I'll kind of walk you through what I'm hoping to get done before next month. For my last video update, I didn't have the cone made yet for the turret. I kicked around several different items such as 3D printed, cardstock, even getting just a wooden cone off Amazon, and I went with good old styrene. Took a couple different times to get it formed correctly, but it's pretty secure, and then it has a styrene base that sits on. So there's still kind of a loose fit there. It's not glued together. I think when I get ready to do the roofing, it's going to be easier to roof that separate, and then merge the two together. But as far as the superstructure of the depot, it is complete. The train shed is complete. And so those are all good things. One thing that is different about the orientation is the M&L track really was more like a 90-degree diamond here. And because I wanted a little more trackage with the backdrop being right there, I have mine at an angle, so my platform is angled a little bit. I have purchased the paints, so here's what I'm planning on doing all the priming. This is just the Badger primer gray. And then for the depot itself was red, and boy, there's so many variations for different colors of red for the brick and that. So I'm going with the oxide red for the depot. Now, my card back here, I have everything labeled, such as the turret windows here, the lower windows of the turret there, the doors, so we got a door on this side, the baggage doors, the waiting room windows that are the arched windows, and then there are baggage room windows like this, and then smaller restroom windows like that, all ready to also be primed and painted. The problem I'm having though is with the windows, because throughout the years, I've seen these windows be very dark, which leads me to believe they could have been a dark green. They could have even been a brown. In the later years, after the railroad abandoned the depot, they were white. In the 1960s, they were white. And then, of course, I get trolling on Facebook and on eBay, and I find a slide. And here's a slide of 1957, just a gentleman standing in front of the Grinnell Depot, and sure enough, all of the windows are orchard yellow. And then when it came to the railings, or excuse me, the legs of the train shed, halfway up, they're orchard yellow and then red. So I'm like, darn it, you just couldn't make this easy for me as to what color to paint it. On the back side, let's see if I can get this without knocking everything over. There we go. The M&L awning over kind of their freight area, all the photos of that I have found are white. So I'm kind of using some modeler's license here, and I'm privileged to do that. It's my railroad. But I'm thinking it's going to be very odd if this one is white and this one is orchard yellow and red. So I'm thinking I may do both the train shed and the freight house awning for the M&L just in white, just to make it look a little more uniform. So then that brings me to the windows. Then what am I going to do the windows in? And I'm guessing that probably what would be the best is to either do the windows in white, or looking at the Grinnell Model Railroad Club, and they have an HO version of this. I noticed they built a lot of their windows, or painted a lot of their windows and doors in the good old Depot dark green. So if I'm going to do that, then all the windows and doors will be either green or they'll all be white. And that's one of the decisions I guess I'll still need to be making. Once the Depot is painted, then I'll use the R&S laser block up to the windowsills, the bottom of it, because the Grinnell Depot had basically a big limestone block foundation that went around the whole outsides of it. So when it's all painted, we'll see the red, then the limestone, whatever I decide to go with the windows, whether it be white or green. And then, as I said, for the awning in the back for the M & St. L, and the train shed for the Rock Island, probably also being white, the Depot will look pretty good. And then I'm also going to apply the R&S laser shingles, both to the roof, to the turret, and then to the train shed. The flat awning on the back of the M & St. L, I'm going to guess, with it being a flat roof, that it was probably just regular black tar paper, and so I will go that route. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this quick update. Some things that will probably slow me down a little bit this month, as I am going to the N-Scale convention, but when I get back, I will continue working on the Depot. Oh, here comes section 1 of my cleaning train. Now that summer break is here, giving the track a good cleaning. This is the dry train. All of these have abrasive pads underneath the boxcars, running around. And here comes the second section. And this is the wet train. So essentially I have a CMX car that's dripping the alcohol, wiper behind it, and then both the boxcars have wipers underneath them. All right, so anyway, back to the Depot. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope in July that I can give you a little bit further update where everything will be definitely primed, and hopefully maybe even in the painted stage with windows in the structure. So thank you for watching, and happy railroading to everybody. Take care.